Yo, chat. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Pio back with another one. Today, as you can see, one of the worst cases of torture. Let's get into it. Hey man, make sure you like, comment, sub before we get into all this. You know the drill. I'ma wait for you. Stare into your soul while you do it too. I don't know why you still sitting there though.
This story takes place in Sydney, Australia, on February 2nd, 1986.
I already don't like how
It's
this
about
sounds.
Anita Cobby, a 26-year-old woman who was born on November 2nd,
26?
1956, to Gary and Grace Lynch.
Wow.
Anita wasn't just known for her beauty, she was also one of those genuinely kind and caring people everyone loved. Growing up, she was really close to her family, and as a teenager she even took part in beauty pageants, winning Miss Western Suburbs in November 1979. People who knew her thought she could have gone far in modelling if she'd wanted
I
to.
got class at 1:25.
Anita's mum was a nurse,
We're
but
gonna
Anita
leave
didn't start out wanting to follow in her
in
footsteps.
a few minutes. That's why I picked this little short video.
Over time, though,
My fault.
but Anita thought she could have gone far in modelling if she'd wanted to. Anita's mum was a nurse, but Anita didn't start out wanting to follow in her footsteps. Over
Okay.
time, though, she realised she loved helping people and decided to go into nursing.
Okay, that's
She
fire.
ended up studying at Sydney Hospital, where she was known for her caring nature and natural talent.
Ain't that the
It was
capital
there
of
that she met
Australia,
John
Sydney?
Cobby, another student. At first, John
I know a
didn't think he
little
had a
song.
chance with her, but Anita surprised him by making the first move. They clicked right away
Okay.
and soon became inseparable.
Oh, dang. My fault.
Things moved quickly for Anita and John. They got engaged, and Anita became pregnant, which made them so happy.
And how long?
Sadly, she had a miscarriage, but they leaned on each other to get through it.
Dang.
In 1982, they tied
Are
the knot in a
those-
small, intimate ceremony.
Are miscarriages, like, really common, bro? Like, I hear about them a lot. Especially nowadays, bro.
Each other to get through it. In 1982, they tied the knot in a small, intimate ceremony, surrounded by friends and family. Instead of going on a honeymoon, they saved their money, rented a house, and got 2 dogs.
Fire.
John also started training horses,
Fire.
and when one of his horses won a race, he earned over $10,000, big money back then.
Sheesh.
With that cash, they decided to travel the world and made some amazing memories together. But during those travels, Anita started thinking differently about her life. While John was ready to settle down
What
and
you
start a
mean,
family, Anita wasn't so sure anymore.
Oh, she
Their
wanna
differences
start
led to a
traveling
separation
now?
in 1986. Even though they went their separate ways, they stayed on good terms and were even thinking about getting back together.
Oh, okay.
By January 1986, they were talking about buying a house and starting fresh.
Wow.
On February
that a
2nd,
good
1986, Anita went to work at Sydney Hospital and later met up with some friends for dinner in Redfern. After dinner, she took a train to Blacktown Station. Normally she'd call her dad to pick her up, but that night the phone box wasn't working and there were no taxis around. Left with no other choice, she
This
decided
music
to walk
really
home
making
along
this-
Newton Road.
This music really making this, like, scary, bruh. Like, can we just listen to the story?
Taxis around. Left with no other choice, she decided to walk home along Newton Road. What started as a regular walk home turned into something unimaginable.
No,
A stolen car with 5 men inside pulled up beside Anita. 2 of them jumped out and dragged her into the car while she
Wow.
screamed for help. A teenage boy and his family heard her cries and tried to help, but the car sped off before they could do anything. The boy quickly called the police and told them what he'd seen. Inside the car, Anita faced a horrifying ordeal. Despite begging for mercy and trying to reason with them, the men brutally attacked her.
What was the point,
She even
though?
told them she was married and menstruating, hoping they'd let her go, but they didn't care. They beat her so badly that her facial bones were shattered.
Wow.
At one point, they stopped at a petrol station, used her money to refuel, and continued assaulting her.
For what, though? Like,
Eventually, they drove Anita to a remote field in Prospect. She was so badly injured that she couldn't walk, so they dragged her through a barbed wire fence into the field. The violence continued for hours. A farmer nearby heard the
Hours?
screams but thought it was just animals.
how do you just crunch on somebody like that? Somebody weaker than you. A girl for hours.
Or teenagers messing around. By the end of the night, the men decided they couldn't let Anita go because she could identify them. What followed was the most heartbreaking and tragic end to this nightmare. When they realised she could identify them, The leader of the group grabbed a knife and attacked her. The injuries were fatal, and she was left in the field.
Bro.
The next day, a farmer found her lifeless body. The police launched a full-on investigation, and at first they thought her ex John might be involved since they had recently split up. Under a ton of pressure, John ended up confessing to the crime, even though he was innocent.
What?
But his story didn't add up, and the investigators eventually cleared him.
Nah, you're bugging. You admitted to something like that? Nah, you're bugging.
By then, the public was
not. Were they really trying to prosecute him that hard? It must have been crazy. Like, all eyes on him, bro. Where, like, he would have got, like, the death sentence or something. If I don't know if they got that in Australia, but he would have got, like, the death sentence or whatever is close to that over there if he didn't plead guilty. Maybe.
Was outraged as more details about what Anita had gone through started coming out. The big break came when a police informant pointed the finger at John Travers and Michael Murdoch. With the help of Travers' aunt, who they called Mrs.
Oh my gosh. These type of dudes would, like, literally never test another man, bro. Literally never, ever. But for some reason, they just beat on a random girl.
X. The police managed...
Hey, what did he say?
With the help of Travers' aunt, who they called Mrs. X, the police managed to secretly record confessions that tied the whole group to the crime. This included the Murphy brothers, Gary, Michael and Les. In just 22 days, all 5 men were arrested. The trial started in March 1987 and became a huge moment in Australian legal history.
Stupid. I'm telling you, bro. Like, look at him. This is not no big dude. This is not no scary dude, bro. Like, what's up? What's up? Now he want to piss his pants? That's crazy, bro.
The evidence, along with the confessions and testimonies, made it clear that these men were guilty. They were all sentenced to life in prison without parole.
That's crazy.
But even
bro.
with that, people felt the punishment didn't match the horrific nature of the crime.
No lie, bro.
Anita's death left a deep scar.
Why is 5 dudes just beating on a girl for? Like, when is that cool? When is that necessary, bro?
In Australia.
Like,
Her family, heartbroken by their loss, decided to take action.
They some lames, I'm not gonna
They
lie.
became strong advocates for crime victims, even starting a support group for families who've lost loved ones to murder. Their efforts led to changes in the legal system. As for John Cobby, Anita's ex, her death hit him hard. Over time, he rebuilt it.
He looks like somebody from a show. He looks like Johnny Lawrence from Cobra Kai. Tell me I'm lying.
His life. He remarried
name
at his
is
ex.
John?
Her death hit him hard. Over time, legal system. As for John Cobby, Anita's ex, her
bro,
death
that's
hit him
him.
hard. Over time,
Sorry.
he rebuilt his life. He remarried and had children, but he never stopped feeling the weight of her loss.
Yeah, bro, that
Today,
will never go
Anita's
away.
memory lives on. There's even a plaque at Sydney Hospital to honour her life.
Like, and it. Oh dang, video's over. I was finna pause.
Trying to catch your breath?
Like, even with his new family, bro. Like, he can't ever stop thinking about her, bro. He can't ever stop thinking about her, bro. That's sad, bro. Whoever did that is like dumb lame, bro. Like, look at them, bro. They was just like regular looking dudes, bro. Like the type of people who would never say or do nothing to another man, bro. These type of videos be making me mad, cause why is you? It's your boy P on them going, bro.